Hi, and welcome back to Inspired Alchemy with Lizzie. This is episode 47, just a couple shy of 50. Oh, geez. So, what I'm going to talk about, what I'm going to talk about today is spiritual hygiene, energy, like energetic hygiene, things that I do, and the fact that sometimes when we grow, people don't come with us or dynamics have to change. I'm going to touch briefly on both of them. And then if anything else comes up, it comes up. So I'm going to start with energetic hygiene first. I know that the world is very heavy right now. The collective is going through some purging, and I'm seeing a lot of emotions like anger and melancholy and sadness and rage, and all of these things come up. And yes, those are all different emotions. We are only taught a couple of emotions throughout our life, but there is a plethora of emotions. There's quite a few. And if you don't know what an emotion wheel is, I would suggest looking it up. It's really useful. So when you don't know how you're feeling, you can go to the emotion wheel and look at it. They're pretty prevalent online and you can look them up. But if you have any questions, you can either reach out to me or you can reach out to Eliza. But there's a lot of energy, and especially with people who are very susceptible to energies or they're extremely empathic, it's rough because you have to learn to discern from like your emotions and your energy from the people around you. And sometimes when everything feels like chaos, it's really hard. So one of the things that I like to do is constantly check in with myself, especially if I have a thought that pops into my head that's not something I would normally think. I'm like, whoa, okay, is that thought mine? And if I automatically get a no, like, okay, thank you for that. Like, I don't necessarily want that unless it's teaching me something. And I might have done this before, but I think it's important to go over this stuff again. Then if I feel like a pain in my body or I feel an emotion that comes up, I'm like, okay, first, is this mine? And if I get a no, like, okay, well, is it trying to show me something? Same thing as the other way. If not, hey, I want to transmute that and I want to release it into the collective as something positive. I alchemize it. I've taught my daughter this. I'm tongue tied today. I've taught my daughter this from an early age, discerning what is hers and what is not. And it helps a lot, especially if you're in places of high stress or turmoil or whatever it is. And so that's what I like to tell and remind everybody that I talk to. First, check in and see if it's yours. If it is yours, start to get curious. Start to ask questions. Okay, that's interesting. I wasn't feeling this before. I wonder why I'm feeling it. Is this something that I just need to allow to sit? Do I need to sit with it? Do I need to let integration happen? Is there something that I need to do with this? And sometimes, if there isn't anything you need to do with it, then you just allow yourself to feel it. Now, quite a few people that I've talked to in the past couple of days, they have felt some sort of way, either anger or rage or extreme sadness, things like that. And every single one of them have gone and said, it felt better for me when I went and I created. Some are writing books, some are writing poetry, some are creating art, some are creating meditations, but they're using their creativity and their natural gifts to transmute what is being felt, whether it's theirs or the collective of humanity. And I think that it's quite beautiful to watch this happen. Turning chaos into art and turning emotions into art of some form, whether it's you're putting that creativity into your business or putting that creativity into your work or just doing it through your hobby or whatever it is. I think that alchemizing right now is going to be an extremely important part of how we all get through whatever this is. Again, I don't really follow astrology, nothing like that, but I know that astrologers and people who do energy updates all the time are feeling big things. I'm seeing a lot of people who were in the spiritual community actually coming back to go, all right, it's time for me to use my gifts. Now I'm going to help. Like, I have to help now. Um, and so a lot of people are putting their emotions and things like that into the work and then releasing that as courses, as books, as whatever it is, art, that they're just releasing all of these things to try to help others. And right now, like I said, energetic hygiene is going to be huge. Figuring out what your body is feeling as well. Where are you holding things that you need to let go of? Is it time now? Is it time to let go of these things so that you can propel yourself forward? Is it time to let go of fear? Is it time to let go of insecurity? Is it time to actually step into who you are meant to be? Those codes and those keys are out there. And so that leads me into something I didn't know I was going to talk about, but codes and keys lie within one another. As human beings, we are meant to share information. We carry our own frequencies, and within those frequencies, we have our own energetic fingerprint. Okay? Each human being has a torus field, and I think that I've talked about this before, but I'm not sure. Anyways, I'm going over it again. We have a torus field, and within that torus field, it extends outward. So that's why when somebody walks into a room, or you get like a whoa, like you don't know somebody's standing behind you, but you feel it, it's the energetic signature. And there are people that carry codes and keys for us for whatever's next or something we need to find out. Sometimes it's not even talking to that person, it's just being within their energetic field. And sometimes it's just sharing a smile or sharing a couple of words. And sometimes those couple of words are the things that you are like, oh, it's confirmation that you're on the right path, that you're aligned. And it can be helpful, and it has been for me helpful moving forward. We are meant to be connecting with one another. And so while the world might seem like a scary place, your fellow human being is not your enemy. We are unlocking things for one another all of the time. And that's all I'm going to say about that. So then I'm going to move into relationships. I'm not just talking romantic, I'm talking about friendships, family dynamics, things like that. As you grow and evolve, and I've seen this happen more and more and more, as you grow and as you evolve, remember, people can only meet you as deep as they have met themselves. And I know that sounds corny, and I know that you see that all over the place, but it's true. So I was talking to a friend, and he had a really good friend, and they used to talk all the time. And recently, they haven't really been talking as much. So when he messaged them, he was trying to get a feel for like what might be going on. Because I had told him maybe this person was only there for a brief moment when you guys really needed one another. And now that you are diving really deep and really going all in, maybe this person is not able to follow you. It means nothing about you, and it means nothing about the person. It just means that you guys no longer match depth or frequency or whatever you want to call it. Some people are there for a season in your life. Some people are there for the long haul. It really depends. And I know that it can be challenging, but if you start to realize that it's not your fault or the person's fault that you guys are growing at different rates, things become a little easier. It's like, oh, okay, now I can see this situation for what it is, not for what I'm overthinking in my head, not for what I'm catastrophizing. It is what it is. This happens in romantic relationships. This happens in family dynamics. And not everybody that you, I don't want to say outgrow, because that doesn't necessarily mean that you're outgrowing all of these people. It's not necessarily outgrow, that's not the right word. I don't know what word to use, so I'm just going to use that for right now. You guys kind of just fizzle out and come further apart. And not because anybody did anything wrong. I'm talking about just friendships and relationships that just go flat. And not because one person did something to the other person, it just happens. I have people in my life that's happened to. I still love them, I still care about them, but there's just nothing there anymore. We don't really have anything to talk about. We've gone completely different directions in our lives. And again, it's not that I don't love or care about them. It's just we are completely different. We're on completely different paths now. Doesn't mean anything about me, doesn't mean anything about them. The deeper I dive into myself, the more challenging it can be. And this is not just me, I've talked to a couple other people. The more challenging it can be to find people that can deep dive. And it's just how things are. Everybody is so, they're just so tapped into digital life and the phone and screens and TV and this and that. And some people are just not. And that's just how it is. Not to say that most people don't like to scroll and send memes and all these things, but the esoteric talks and conversations that I have with people about all kinds of things. If I were to talk about a lot of the things that I talk about with some people, with everybody that's in my life, they would probably think I'm insane. I mean, I probably am, but it's fine, right? But some people will just look at you like, I don't understand. And really, that's okay. We can have different dynamics and different relationships with different people. And it took me a long time to understand that. How do I put this? It took me a long time to understand that if somebody leaves, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's about me. Yes, my core wound is an unwanted, and yes, most people in my life have come and gone quite a few times, or there have just been people that just quit me cold turkey. That's the only way to say it. Um, I know, and I'm starting to realize that I am a lot, but that's just part of who I am. And I know there are people out there that will resonate with that. I don't want you to dim yourself. I want you to find your people. I want you to turn your magic up and live as authentically as possible. Don't dim yourself for anybody because the world needs exactly who you are. And that leads me back into energetic hygiene. I know this is all over the place. I had a feeling it was going to be like this today. But as you start to step into your authenticity and as you start to evolve and grow, you're going to magnetize more people towards you. Some of it might be positive, some of it might be negative. And this is where we have to get really solid in our bodies and safe. This is where nervous system work is going to come in. Knowing our energy is going to be key. So that way we can interpret the things that are coming in to our field. And I don't really know how to describe how to do that without confusing people. But all I can say is start playing with your intuition. Get good at that. Start practicing just simply. There's intuitive games that you can do. They have them online. Um, Start to get to know your intuition. Then start sitting with yourself if you feel safe to do that and go, okay, what does my energy feel like? Okay, that feels interesting. That feels like me. And then you go out into the world and you see how different vibrations and different frequencies of other people hitting your field, how it reacts to that, like how your field reacts to that. And then you can go, okay, well, that's not mine. That's really cool, but that's not mine. And then you come back into your own energy. Again, it takes practice. It it really does. It's like a muscle. Your intuition and working with energy is like working a muscle when you're working out. You can't expect to get better with it if you don't practice. And honestly, I think that's all I have for you today. I know it seems like really basic information, but that's the information I felt necessary to put out. If you have any questions at all, or if you're interested in any of this stuff, please reach out. I'm willing to talk to you. I'm willing to try to help you. Aliza, the same. And just know that while things might be in chaos, look for the beautiful things in the world. Even if that means going into nature. We live on a beautiful planet and we are so disconnected from each other and from nature that just grounding, forest bathing, breathing, coming back home to self are all going to be crucial in kind of navigating what's going on. Again, thank you for being here. I want you to know that you're not broken. Society, more than ever, is going to tell you that you are or that something's wrong with you for whatever reason. We're not here to conform to society. We are alchemists, and we're here to alchemize. Period. This is inspired perpetual alchemy every single day, transmuting, alchemizing, and seeing things for what they are, not for what they're that nothing again tongue tied, not for what we are told they are. If you have things that you have alchemized, I want to hear from you. I want to know what things were hard or challenging before that you've alchemized and you've been able to go, oh wow, I'm dealing with this situation better than I ever would have. You're not broken. You're just unbecoming everything society told you to be, and you're becoming everything you are meant to be. You're a beautiful human being who has their own unique magic. Please don't be afraid to turn it on. If you are interested, we have the Inspired Alchemy Collective on Facebook. You can follow our business page. You can find me on Instagram at Inspired Alchemy LLC, and you can find Aliza at Aliza's Tarot page. We are here to hold you if you need it. Yep. That's all I have. Thank you for spending your time with me. Thank you for being here. I know that time is a precious resource, and so is energy. And you can't get your time back. And protect your energy. Until next time, keep creating alchemy. Keep going, alchemists.